Already fun to see the seeding round established up on the Gold Coast to kick off a brand new year with a new format. Heat number one here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach in 2019 features some elder statesmen of the tour. Owen Wright, Jadson Andre qualified the same season back in 2010. Jeremy Flores had a couple of years before those athletes, and they'll be all in the lineup here at Winky Pop. Quickly, Jadson Andre already got an opener in this matchup.
Yeah, you know, really important to get a good start out here. It can go very quiet, especially with the swell the way it's been, Joe. There's going to be long intervals between those set waves. So obviously wave selection, as usual, is at a premium out here, but also making sure you capitalize and you make sure those scores do count. You never know whether or not you're going to get another good wave out here, especially with the conditions like they are. But two good little waves there. You know, nice opening turn and then finish with something special. So on your backhand, maybe a little bit of a different approach. Jadson Andre going left.
A rare left opportunity for Andre. There's that tail-high reverse he became world famous for when he featured it as a rookie in 2010. He'll be incomplete on that effort. We'll never forget his second season on tour when he was in the world title race with Kelly Slater. Andre, meanwhile, checks a wave and kicks out. 7.2 combined total for the Brazilian. As Potts, the discussion of Winky Pop and Bells was a big one for a lot of the athletes over the last decade or so. There was a lot of the tour that really hoped their heats were running at Winky Pop. Were you one of those athletes back then?
Oh, 100%. For me, Winky always seemed like a better wave.
As we watch Jeremy Flores attack the whitewater right into a wrap. Clean rebound off the whitewater. Clean hack again and closes that one out beautifully. So close to each other that are world class. Jeremy looked real smooth on this one.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Jeremy on this opening wave. Just nice and clean. The snap right here. Beautiful maneuver for Jeremy and then finishes strong. So he's looking sharp. That board looks really nice and loose under his feet. And it's just the advantage of having your front side to the wave. You know, with your left foot forward, you face the wave coming at you, and I think you can really get a bit more speed coming in and out of your turn. So Jeremy's got to take advantage of that. The goofy footers will tend to go a little bit more vertical on the backhand.
5.83 start for Andre. He's out the back in white. Priorities with Owen Wright, who's not in position. Jaddy's off the bottom now. Blitzes the whitewater section vertically. Clean top turn carve. Pushing through the whitewater and jams a nice vertical backhand snap to finish.
Wow, that was an incredible wave to somehow sneak it under the priority of Owen Wright.
How'd you like the speed of this wave, Potts?
Well, you know, it's going to be hard to find these kind of waves out there, Joe, especially with that tide getting lower. It's going to shift quite a lot, but Jadson just finding the pocket on a number of occasions there, and then vertical snap to finish. A well-read wave from Jadson Andre, and that's going to put him in a really good spot moving forward. Nice little foam climb, so mixing it up, variety obviously the key here. Nice little backside snap and then mixing it up as far as maneuver choice goes. Another floater maneuver to get himself around that section. And that's the turn of the wave right there for me, the finishing turn, so important.
More action with Jeremy Flores. First turn through the whitewater. Controls the snap. Setting up the fin throw, controls it forward. So Flores opener, a 4.17.
This is their opportunity to try and fight their way back. Let's have a look at Jeremy's wave here. You mentioned the flow, Joe, and that's exactly what he's got. Nice, clean, radical surfing. So I just want to see that speed parent flow with variety and innovation, progression. Wave selection is going to be key to be able to do all that stuff on the wave.
Also a champ in Tahiti as this one continues. Owen Wright. Stretched out wall here at Winky Pop and no room for moves. Still counting his 1.67.
Those that was catching a lot of waves were ending up winning the heat, getting themselves in that right position. Jeremy up and riding.
Flores setting up the first turn. Top turn wrap. Flores digs in for the open face. A lot of torque on that cutback. Driving that rail work into the pocket again. Flores hits the lip. Will recover to this inside track. And now punching out the finish. Flores giving us a lot on that last wave. That wasn't really bowling up for him, but he gave it so much energy. You can see how talented this guy is.
That was unbelievable from Jeremy. Normally he gives up on those little ones, but he kind of fought his way through. You know, obviously second priority, so he had to take the scraps here. Needs to get the ball rolling. Nice turn there from Jeremy. Watch the flow here. Nice deep bottom turn, even on a small wave. And it allows him that nice top turn maneuver. And again, keeping the flow, bouncing off the whitewater, and then a strong finish here for Jeremy. Normally he would have given up on this wave by now, but not this time round. And karate chops that end section. So great surfing there from Jeremy Flores.
In one of those events where he's just been dying to be a part of a final in his career. And he wants it to be this year, where he rings that iconic bell in front of his major sponsor. Speeding through the whitewater is Owen Wright. He'll just carve through this inside. Tough start for Owen. He's counting a couple of ones with still 17 minutes to go. We're into the seeding round here. The Rip Curl Pro, Bells Beach, Jadson Andre, Jeremy Flores, and Owen Wright fighting for those top 2 spots to move into round 3. As Owen Wright still swinging on this fun little inside ride at Winky Pop. Throws it vertical. There's that clean rhythm from Owen Wright, his best wave so far.
And again, under priority though, so these guys are going a little higher up the reef and finding these little gems. A very, very difficult wave to ride, especially when you're about 6'3". And then look at this turn right here. Look at the flexibility that he has to somehow get that board beyond vertical.
Seeding round just getting started here at the Rip Curl Pro, Bells Beach. Third place of this matchup will move into the elimination round, where we saw 4 heats up on the Gold Coast kick off this brand new format. In 2019, Jeremy up and out. Andre surfing a tidy heat pots. He's got the lead and priority, 11:40 to go.
Yeah, he does, but looks like Owen's kind of finding a little bit of rhythm right now.
This one's starting to stretch out for Owen Wright. A little bit more height in the size of that wave, but Owen gets clipped on the very first turn.
Yeah, you've got to really pay attention to each individual turn out here. There's a lot of bump on the face of the wave.
Jadson's going to take a look at this one, uses that priority. Not much out the back, but it's starting to bowl up now. Jadson throws a big fan of spray to the sky. Frames up another solid vertical. Into a third maneuver down the line. Belting it off that inside track. Can he fit in one more late to the finish? Just loving the energy out of Jadson Andre this year. Also, Jadson staying pretty active. Didn't have much out the back, but I think he knew he was going to double up pots.
Yeah, you know what? These kind of waves you got to take your time with, Joe. He did exactly that. Some big turns there from Jadson. The Energizer Bunny. This guy just never gives up on a wave all the way through the inside. I tell you what, he's looking super fit, Joe. I think he's done a lot of work in the off-season. Here goes Jeremy.
Flores trying to fight back into this heat. Little speed third through the whitewater. There's the full roundhouse cutback. Flores into the finish. Layback power hack to get out of there.
Focusing more on those individual maneuvers. And then Jeremy as well, a little bit more energy in this wave. A couple of nice maneuvers, and you can tell wants to get himself out of that 3 to 4 point range and does a beautiful layback snap. We saw Jadson get the second wave of the set, a lot cleaner, a lot smoother, offered him some big scoring potential.
Now down to 940. Owen Wright looking to recover from the fall he had on the previous wave. There's that speed float he was looking for into a big vertical. Now he'll throw the fins out on the end section. And that mistake is totally out of his memory. Building on his one Ranger. Flores waiting for numbers along with Jadson Andre. 9:15 to go.
Let's have a look at Owen. Different approach. You can tell taking his time a bit more, focusing on those individual turns, making sure that he polishes them off nicely, which he did there. So he wasn't as active as Jadson on the wave, but the turns he did were a bit bigger, a bit more oomphy. And you can see here, floats over the section, timing it nicely, and then straight in that nice vertical snap there. So
it's pretty interesting out here. A lot of broken up peaks, a lot of opportunity down the line. Owen identifying that. Looks like he's on this one off the bottom. He's going to smash it straight up through the lip. Beautiful turn right there. Looking for another one on the inside. Going to town. Wow, Owen Wright is not done yet.
Still swinging through the inside as we catch up with Strider. Owen finishing on the inside. Strider out in the water. How easy is it for these guys to tell if they're going to get one to double up? Kind of like how Jadson's been finding on the last couple of waves. Flores looking to get in this heat. Beautiful bottom turn. Hammers the first section on his forehand. That little power hack off the whitewater. Needed another finishing move. He taps it shut. Wave previous for Jeremy, 377 didn't even factor in. Jadson's up again, looking for a double up. 2 clean carves off the top.
Oh.
Chunky bit of whitewater will send him down.
Who's going to win this heat? And Jadson's been on the good one so far.
You can see Jadson and Owen battling for priority. This was Andre's last wave.
Watch how clean it is through the inside. So it's allowing him just to really hook in.
One more potential wave coming out the back. Owen's going to scratch into it. Jeremy takes a look and holds back as well. They'll call that a block there. So Owen does have priority over Jeremy now at 50 seconds. That'll free up Jeremy to move down the line. Speed turn through the whitewater, 2-turn combination. He stays on his feet.
See, for me, that's his best wave.
Owen now all alone out the back. Needed something solid to come through to go right into the round of 32. He ends up just hopping out of the closeout with 10 seconds to go. Owen Wright's going to have to deal with the elimination round.
It was always going to be tricky with that slow start from Owen. You know, Jadson and Jeremy kind of out the blocks and got that good rhythm going with the set waves, and Owen just kind of got left out of it, unfortunately.
Thanks for all of our viewers watching on Fox. The Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach continues live on WorldSurfLeague.com. Already fun to see the seeding round established up on the Gold Coast to kick off a brand new year with a new format. Heat number 1 here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach in 2019 features some elder statesmen of the tour. Owen Wright, Jadson Andre qualified the same season back in 2010. Jeremy Flores had a couple of years before those athletes, and they'll be all in the lineup here at Winky Pop. Quickly, Jadson Andre already got an opener in this matchup.
Yeah, you know, really, really important to get a good start out here. It can go very quiet, especially with the swell the way it's been, Joe. There's going to be long intervals between those set waves. So obviously wave selection, as usual, is at a premium out here, but also making sure you capitalize and you make sure those scores do count. You never know whether or not you're going to get another good wave out here, especially with the conditions like they are. But 2 good little waves there. You know, nice opening turn and then finish with something special. So on your backhand, maybe a little bit of a different approach. Jadson Andre going left.
A rare left opportunity for Andre. There's that tail-high reverse he became world famous for when he featured it as a rookie in 2010. He'll be incomplete on that effort.